Welcome to day 23 of my journal. Today is about imposter syndrome. Now, imposter syndrome is interesting. In my head, there's two camps. There's people that deserve to have imposter syndrome, and then there's people that are very capable and have done the work and still feel like an imposter. I'll start with this camp, the one that you deserve to be you deserve to feel like you're being an imposter because you don't have the skills yet. You're too young. I realized that when I was younger, I felt a sense of imposter syndrome because I wasn't as capable as as was necessary to feel like I wasn't pretending, because that's where I was supposed to be. I was a young man trying to figure out how to be a man. I hadn't finished school. I didn't have a trajectory in my life yet that I had chosen. I didn't have values that I had chosen that I was going to live my life by. I didn't have extracurriculars that had brought me not only skills, but proof that I was becoming who I was trying to become. I should feel like an imposter at that point. If you're young and you haven't done anything yet, that's just part of growing up. Is you're not as capable, you learn that you're not as capable, and you start trying to be more capable. That's not necessarily imposter syndrome, but you will feel like an imposter. You will fake confidence. But there's a way out of that. You don't have to fake confidence. You just need to be capable. You need to start building skills that prove not only you are who you say you are, but build skills that can lead you to have an impact in your life. Choose a career. It doesn't matter what it is, but choose it. Choose to start working towards it. You don't have to go to school, but choose a direction in your life, and that imposter feeling starts to dwindle. You don't have that nagging feeling that you were meant for more and you're doing nothing about it, but you keep pretending like you are doing something about it. That is why you feel like an imposter. You're not there yet. That's normal. And if you're young, you've got to cut yourself some slack and push in your life. Realize that this is a normal part of growing up, is feeling like you don't know anything and you don't have any skills. Because you don't have any skills and you don't know anything, you're too young. That's okay. Start building passions. If you don't have any passions right now, you can build passions. Don't let anyone tell you that you cannot. You can. So pick something and start moving in that direction. Start putting in effort, like I've talked about, daily effort towards becoming who you want to be. And when you choose who you want to be, you start putting daily effort in, that feeling of being an imposter will go away because you will have proof that you are who you are. And you chose who you are. You didn't stumble upon it. That will take away that feeling. Now the second camp of imposter syndrome, that's a much harder place to be. It's when you've built these skills. And it's when you've built the career or the life that you've wanted. But along the way, you forgot to congratulate yourself. And you forgot to take into account the work that you've been doing. So everything feels like it came out of nowhere. That's why celebrating little wins and realizing what you are and who you've become is important. That's why I try to take stock of where I'm headed so that by the time I get there, if it's where I've chosen to be, I won't feel like an imposter because I've got proof that I was working towards it. I earned this. It's hard when you don't feel like you've earned it because you don't realize the work that you did do. Very rarely do good things happen to us in life that were completely accidental. You either did a lot of hard work and then the universe gave you a lucky break, but you had done the work to get there, so you were ready for that lucky break? Or you worked your ass off for many, many years and it finally paid off? Getting rid of that imposter syndrome, when you actually are worthy of feeling proud of yourself and you've done great things, that one's a harder place to be in. But you're able to work out of it by noticing the proof that you are who you say you are and you chose this life that you're living. If you're a great mother because you've worked damn hard trying to every single day to get a little better and learn something new. If you're a great dad, if you're a great husband or wife because you put in effort and you now have a relationship with your kids or with your spouse that you earned, but you don't feel like you've deserved it. Look at what you've done to get it. Look at what you've been through. If you've worked your ass off for 40 years and your business is booming finally, or you're finally the professional that you wanted, or you finally figured out how to make a good living and take care of your family, that's something to be celebrated. But you got to look back on the past of what you've done that brought you to this point. The best way to get rid of imposter syndrome, the best way, stack undeniable proof that you are who you say you are. That's great advice. But if you don't look at what you do every day and what you've done every day in the past and realize the effect that it had, and if you don't understand the compounding effect, you can go through life stacking that proof that you are who you say you are and you chose your life, but it won't mean anything because you didn't notice it and you didn't recognize it. That deserves to be celebrated. It deserves to be celebrated that you took the time. You took the time and the effort to become who you are. You didn't just stumble your way through, you chose. If you're dealing with that type of imposter syndrome, you've already stacked the undeniable proof that you are who you say you are. You've already stacked the proof that you chose this life and you deserve this life that you're living, but you haven't looked at the day-to-day actions and been proud of yourself because of it. You've got to recognize the things that you do that actually have an impact in your life. This works on positive things and negative things. But today we're talking about the positive impacts that your little habits have. It's like putting together a Lego or a puzzle. You do it piece by piece, and all of a sudden you have such a beautiful thing in front of you, such an amazing thing that was thousands of pieces. When you were at piece 5,812, you didn't know what it was going to look like. You had a somewhat of an idea, but you probably weren't proud of the progress that you had made. So when you get to 10,000, it's like, oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Did you congratulate yourself on the work that you did such consistent effort put in to that? You probably didn't. And we do the same thing in life. We forget to celebrate the small wins, but the small wins are what leads us to the life that we're trying to achieve. So if you're dealing with imposter syndrome, I want you to start writing down things that you're grateful for that you did in your past. Things that you're grateful for that you have now because of effort you put in, and list the effort. It's a great gratitude study on your own life to prove to yourself that, hey, a lot of the things that I'm grateful for was either a gift and I can feel gratitude that I got lucky, or it's something I worked damn hard at and I have some deserving level to what I have. It's hard to live a good life and feel like you don't deserve it. I'm not talking about avoiding being humble or grateful. I'm talking about the opposite. You can be humble, but realize that you deserve something. You deserve what you worked for. Whether that's good or bad, that's up to you. But if you're living a good life and you feel like this emptiness, that you don't deserve what you're living, you got to search inward and search in your past for where you made choices that led you to this life. Because I guarantee there was something. You didn't stumble upon the successes like your brain is telling you that you did. You've got to look at the day-to-day effort that you put in. And it just added up over time. You've got to get rid of that imposter syndrome with the proof, but you've got to celebrate the proof that you are who you say you are, and you worked for this person that you've become. And if you're young, you've got to cut yourself a break because you don't know shit, and you haven't done shit yet. You're too young. So give yourself time and keep doing what you're doing. Keep putting effort into becoming someone. It's a great journey. You can do it. I believe in you. I remember being that kid. I knew I was full of potential and I thought I had done some things in my life, but I hadn't yet. I didn't know what I was doing because I was 16. How was I supposed to know what I was doing? I was so focused on cars, girls, and golf, I didn't know any better. But I'm telling you right now, if you feel like an imposter at a young age, it's because you're not an imposter. You just haven't done anything. You don't have any skills. Build the skills. Go after your goals. That takes away the imposter syndrome. You've got to also celebrate your little wins. When you are working, celebrate the journey, not necessarily the destination. The journey is going to be a lot longer than the joy you're going to feel at the destination. So celebrate the whole way through. I love you guys. Go be the good in the world. I'll see you tomorrow.